So the other components that I cover in the extended version are getting started, actually setting up your channel, which these are things that you can look up and do on your own. But if you want guidance in it, you have questions about it, that's what we'll cover. That channel setup, actually creating the content, actually setting up your video, like having a layout for what you're going to say. You can do it on a whim, but I'm just trying to help you fast track a lot of the mistakes that I made and a lot of the things that I've learned. All right, the other one, in the creating, we also cover editing, like different editing platforms, whether you're editing it on your computer or you're editing on your phone. And then we will also cover posting, sharing, and engaging. So are you posting it yourself? Are you using a third-party scheduler to go ahead and post it for you? You have different options there.
Natasha Laberd Bazile is a realtor, associate broker, active life $1 Million Club recipient, real estate instructor, mentor, content creator, and author. Above all else, her greatest accomplishment is being a mother of 3 and a wife. After realizing her childhood dream of working in corporate America was not as glorious as she envisioned, and during some hardships and a move to Georgia, she finally pursued her entrepreneurial desires and got her real estate license in 2011. In 2013, she went full-time, but didn't find her lane until 2019 when she finally trusted her gut more than cookie-cutter real estate coaches. As a result, she now has clients seeking her out versus her having to chase them. Battling a successful real estate brand continues to be a wild ride, but one that is so rewarding to her. Natasha is passionate about helping agents go from scattered to streamlined, the biggest issue for most agents. Her first book, The Ugly Side of Real Estate, is a quick must-read for new, aspiring, and struggling agents. It paints a blunt yet well-rounded picture of the ugly sides.
Let me ask you a question. So when you shared your screen, it was blurry on my end. Is it blurry for everybody else, or is that just me?
Yeah, it was blurry on my end too.
Excuse me, I didn't hear in the bio that Rhonda N.G. Williams was her day one.
Because I was going to say that.
You need to fix that.
It was
she gave that club too.
Anything for her. And I'm familiar with some of you guys on here. Corey.
Yo, what's going on?
Nothing much. So yes, thank you guys. Because Rhonda had what was it? The meeting that you guys had, Siobhan? What was the meeting that you guys had at Meraki Studio?
It was a content day. So we were building our content, doing our headshots, all of that.
Yeah, so that was a wonderful time. And that was at a studio that my business partner and I have in Norcross, Georgia. So I appreciate you guys for supporting that way. So, kind of came full circle with the studio. Like, I have a love for making content. And then my partner, she's an interior designer and home stager. So if you need a home stager, you can check out Greg Lewis Interior. So we came together and made the content studio. So I am going to share my screen, and just in case this opens up, yes, I am the person that has 50 million tabs open, and I know that can drive some people crazy.
No judgment.
Okay. All right. So can you guys see this right here? It says YouTube video marketing for real estate agents.
Yes.
Okay, got it. This is going to be an intro today. I have like 30 minutes of your time, which I am very appreciative for. The first time I did this class, it was 2 hours and we went over, and I taught it at my brokerage, and they're like, no, we need more. We need you to break it down. So I broke it down into a 4-part series, 2 hours each class. And they're still like, no, we need more. We need you to break it down even further. So I'll just say this, like, everybody is going to be at a different place. So just kind of take what you can from today. I will have a more extended version, which I'll tell you about at the end. But even just from today's session that we're going to do, I would say write down on your paper just 3 things that you are going to take away and implement. And I suggest doing that for any class that you attend, because it's common in real estate that, agents just become professional class attenders, but they don't make time to actually implement. And another nugget I'll give you is that after you attend a class, a seminar, a workshop, anything, schedule time on your calendar after it the next day to actually implement all of the things. So let me go to the next slide if this wants to cooperate with me. Okay, so this course is intended to go over these 6 items. We will should hopefully have time to go through one, and it's just sharing with you like why I suggest you take video marketing serious, why you implement this as, a strategy in your business. I refer to it as lead buckets. It's recommended that, agents have 3 to 5 lead buckets. Like, where is your business coming from? And that's where you give your attention, because another thing amongst agents, we can be scattered, like this shiny thing. Let me try this. Let me do this. So kind of, have a foundation for 3 to 5 lead buckets. When I share with you the extended version of this, we will go through each one of these components. So a little about myself. Well, Shimon already did this. I don't have to, share too much on that, but I will tell you that I have invested a lot of time and money into learning about social media and video marketing. I do enjoy it, so it, makes it easier. So just know that the information that I'm gonna share with you is, trusted information. I learned from not only real estate, people within the real estate industry, but even outside of the real estate industry. I do have 2 YouTube profiles or channels and profiles in general with social media. And that's Sold by Nat. That is my consumer focused channel. That's what I'll be talking to you a lot about today. And then I have my Nat Knows Real Estate, Nat Knows RE profile, which I talk to agents. And I really enjoy that profile, that channel more because I can keep it real. When you're talking to clients and trying to attract clients, you have to put a little bow on it. And you have to watch how you say certain things. But when you're talking to agents, like, we know what it's like to do this business. So I just love that aspect of it. And then I actually do have a third profile, which is my personal channel, because apparently I just love content so much that I just have the crazy idea that I just want to do it all the time. That's a little about me. I will share this graphic with you that I have adapted to and I absolutely love. And time is the most valuable thing you can spend, waste, or give. This, I'm going to give credit to canvascultures.com. If you're into artwork or looking for artwork, check them out. But my husband actually requested this for Christmas, and yeah, I've now taken it over. And how this relates in real estate. Well, one, I feel like with video marketing, what I'm going to share with you today is going to help you maximize the time that you have to give to this business, whether you're full-time, part-time. On the personal aspect of it, I would just some personal nuggets. I call these Nat nuggets. Just be mindful of how you're spending your time. When you're working, try to work. When you're off, try to be off. Trying to find that balance within real estate. And you notice I did air quotes with that. And then as far as when it comes to clients, your time, remember your time is valuable. You want to show your value, but you also want to work with clients that value you. And it's okay if you find or get somebody that is not a good fit. It is okay to say no, because everything that I'm going to share with you, or just how I see things, it relates to this. So again, I appreciate your time today. Now, just some more about me and YouTube. So this is the percentage of my business that came from YouTube for the given years. So, it started 20, as low as 22%, and I just did my numbers for 25. And of the business that I have, 50% so far this year is showing that it has come from YouTube. I got started kind of out of frustration. I felt like I was on a roller coaster with real estate, like doing all the things, trying all the things. Like if somebody had tried to sell it to you, I probably bought it. Like, I purchased the billboard on a golf course. So they told me it was a billboard. I never saw it, but I paid for that to put my face up there. In hindsight, knowing what I know now, that was just not a good use of funds. So I did all the things. I did the cold calling. I did the door knocking. I did all the things. And those things work. If you tell me that you need to get business tomorrow, I'm going to tell you to go do those things. But YouTube and video marketing, as well as social media. When I refer to video marketing, I'm also looping in social media, because you can post videos on social media. It definitely needs to be one of your lead gen buckets. All right. So as far as video marketing, the main goal is lead generation. You want to use it to get business. So just know that Google is the #1 search engine. So that's reason enough. Well, no, let me break it down a little further if you don't get that. So the reason why I preferred putting videos on YouTube is for the longevity of it, the searchability of it. It works for me even when I'm not physically working. Once I put it out there, that video is continuing to do the thing. So That's one reason. It has a massive database. Like some people don't even watch TV anymore. They're on YouTube. People are researching you before they ever reach out to you. What better way to do that besides getting in front of them through video? Have you ever had that feeling like, if I could just get in front of that client, I know I would win the business? But a lot of what agents struggle with is getting in front of the client. So this is a way for you to get in front of clients and get people to get to know you, know, like, and trust you and want to do business with you. It's also targeted advertising. And I talk about this in my class. Like we say, okay, we want to increase our price point. However, the content that we're putting out is down payment assistance. Those two aren't matching. So that's another thing that we spend time with is, you know, who's your ideal client? What's your client avatar look like? Who are you marketing to? What's your messaging gonna be? And then it just gives you the increased visibility through video. So at the bottom here, it says attraction marketing. I love attraction marketing. And that's pretty much, I'm putting myself out there and I'm attracting the clients that I want to work with. And they feel like they know, like, and trust you. Evergreen means that it stays out there. It lives on forever, as long as you keep the video up. One video that I put up, just to show you this example, it was on a whim. I was at a new construction orientation and the inspector was showing us how to light the gas fireplace. I just recorded the video and I was like, all right, let me put this up in case anybody ever needs to know that. That's one of my highest ranking videos. Why? Because when somebody doesn't know, they go to the computer, whether they go straight to YouTube or straight to Google, and they say how to light a gas fireplace, and the video comes up. So I just want to show you how, or what that means for it to be evergreen. And then also it's free. That's huge. I need to put that in capital letters. It is free. I don't know if you get as many texts as I do every day from people that are trying to sell you leads. And either they're trying to sell it to you monthly, or it's, hey, I'll give you this lead when you close, pay me this, such and such. This is us doing our own free lead generation. All right. There are some statistics on video consumption, which I won't spend too much time there, but I feel like most people, you know, how engaging and important video is now. Here's a recent example, or here's an example of somebody liking and trusting. Not so recent, but it's still in here. So this person reached out to me on this video. The video was called, Should I Wait to Buy a House? This person said, hi, Tasha. So I'm gonna point out to you right there. Only my family, friends, and people that have known me for a long time call me Tasha. So the lender that I had in the video, he called me Tasha, and she felt so comfortable with me, like she knew, like, and trusted me. I think I said that right, that she called me by my nickname. I feel like I know you. I'll try to make it as short as possible. I have been watching your video since we moved here. So reminder, I said people are watching you even before they reach out to you. So it may feel like it's crickets. Nobody's watching your content. They're not engaging. They're watching. So just keep going. This video, my God, this was a blessing. Just as you said, we need a game plan, and game plan is part of my messaging. That's some of the wording that I say, which is also something that we spend time crafting. Like, what's your unique messaging? So there are a few things. So know, like, and trust. It was evergreen. I did this video a while ago, and then she reached out. She came in as a lead. That's the main goal with making videos. And then I had a call to action in there. I think I said at the end, like, contact me to schedule a consultation, 15-minute consultation, so you can put your game plan in place. So those are components, that you want to have. I'm going to skip here. Well, no, the only thing I'll tell you about this is when you're making video, whether it's in YouTube or any other platform, you may say, well, I don't have a lot of subscribers. You will find, and most people on YouTube will find, people that are watching your video normally aren't subscribed to you, or it may take them a few videos or a while to subscribe to you, but they're watching your content. That is okay. So do not get caught up in, I only have 50 subscribers. This isn't working, and stop. Keep going. People are still watching your videos because that's what you want, the views more than the subscribers. And I know you hear, people saying, oh, I'm going to get monetized on YouTube. And yeah, that's good. That's like an after benefit. Like, I'm monetized on YouTube. I'm not retiring from it. Granted, there are some people that can retire, but my main goal is to get leads from it. All right, this next slide. All right, this just talks about general benefits for, using video for real estate agents. So we talked about increased visibility. As far as the educational content piece, I feel like this allows you to show that you know your stuff. Show yourself as a true professional. And if you say, well, I'm new, I'm not sure what to share, I'm going to tell you, keep it as simple as, what's earnest money? What are the things that clients that you're working with, leads that you're talking to are asking? What are problems that they're having? Sellers, their house is sitting on the market. What advice would you give them? Put that in a video. Again, I already mentioned lead generation. And as far as humanizing your brand, it's showing you as a brand. Just know that you are a brand, just like Starbucks and Target and all these other brands. It's giving you essentially that persona. Like, I have met people that are like, you're from the videos. I watch your videos. Like, they think like I'm a celebrity or something. It's just me, but it gives them that idea. So that's another benefit of them wanting to seek you out and work with you. Why agents don't do video? It can be time consuming, but however, anything in this business, any lead generation activity worth getting leads, either it's going to cost you time or it's going to cost you money. Pick your poison. And even I've paid for leads before. When I tell you the type of lead that you get when somebody knows, likes and trusts you is different from just let's say a Zillow lead that you just paid for. They don't know you from any other agent. If you've ever had this experience, you might have a hard time getting them to have a consultation. You might have a hard time getting them to sign a buyer brokerage agreement. When they are already bought into you, you don't have those issues. Like, they are ready to go. Some people lack confidence. I don't like how I look. I don't like how I sound. I'm just going to tell you to get over it. Your clients, they don't care about all of that. And essentially, it's you getting your own way, holding you back. The other reason they think it's going to be really expensive, most of my videos, if not all of my videos, are shot on my phone, my iPhone. I started with an Android. I now have an iPhone, but they're all shot with my phone. I did buy a GoPro, but that's more so for if I want to do action shots that, it's just for added levels. But to start, you can use a camera that you have, but you can definitely use your phone. Lighting is cheap, all of that. And I have resources for all of that if you want to know, what are you using? And they also don't want to do video. Agents are hesitant to do videos because they're not sure if it's going to work. This is your confirmation right here. I'm telling you that a lot of my business, you saw the percentages, comes from YouTube. You saw how people were losing their mind when TikTok was shutting down. I'm like, TikTok, you can have that. Even though I spent $3,000 on a course last year for TikTok. However, I'm like, YouTube, TikTok, you could take that. YouTube, Lord, God forbid anything ever happens to YouTube, I need y'all to check on me because yeah, I feel that way about YouTube. If you're thinking is video content oversaturated, and I'm just going to tell you, I don't have that exact number. So I can't tell you what this percentage of agents compared to this. I want to say in my last class, we looked it up and Rhonda could probably tell you this, the amount of licensed agents, I think it was 100 and something thousand in Georgia. If I had to throw out a number, I would say probably 10% on YouTube, maybe more. But it's still going to be a small percentage that are making videos. And then two, even if there were a lot, you are your unique self. There's going to be somebody that watches my video and I'm not their person. I'm not there. They just are not connecting with me. But they may see you say the same things that I'm saying or on the same topic. And they're like, I like her. She seems warm. I like his smile. He seems straight to the point. It's going to be something about you. Just the same way clients connect with you and want to work with you, they're going to connect with you that way on video. All right, your tribe is going to find you. Okay, here are a couple of examples. Okay, we started. Okay, just checking my time. So this is me on the left. I'm approaching 10K subscribers. So if you want to go ahead and subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. I will tell you, it has been a slow journey on the subscriber side, but I just have to be okay with, everybody's journey is going to look different because I know you've seen it where people post 2 videos and they're over 100,000 subscribers. And I'm like, well, how the heck did that happen? But I just have to know this is my lane. The purpose of this is to get business from it. And if I have to think back, I made my first YouTube video September of 2018, and I made the commitment after going back and forth with what I should do in this business. I said I'm gonna make one video a week, every week. And I've been doing that ever since September of 2018. Sometimes I'll put out more. But it took about 3 months until I got a call that said, I saw your video. So I was like, it's working, it's gonna work. 3 months. It may sound short or long to you. However, to somebody that is putting in the time and the effort, having the late nights, because I made the commitment to say my videos are going up every Tuesday and I just picked that day. There were some nights that I was up to 3 a.m. because this video has to go out. Now I've gotten better with time management and creating a content calendar and all of that, which are things that I'll share with you. But back then, like, I had some long nights. But, you know, stick with it. It's going to work. So this guy on the right is another agent I know, and I remember him telling me that he wants to start making videos. I don't know what his subscriber count is now. However, his subscribers are lower than mine. However, I share this because our last award ceremony meeting, you know, they have the brackets of the type of award that you get. He earned more than I did. So he is doing more business than I did, and his subscribers are less. So that's why I say don't get caught up in the subscriber count, make the content. This is for the ones that say, I don't want to be on camera.
Stop it.
All right, I got you. This lady right here, I only know her face from this photo. She is in none of her videos. It's faceless. So you can do faceless videos. They record the home tour. The quality of their videos looks like these two, like they have somebody recording for them. They may have built up to that point. I haven't gone back and looked, but then they do voiceovers. So they're just saying, hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be touring such and such. If you need assistance, reach out to me. So if you don't wanna be on camera, that's an option as well. And that's another thing that we will deep dive, or that I deep dive in, which is what kind of videos, what kind of content. Do you wanna make long form content? Do you wanna make short form content? And we talk through, you know, the pros and cons of those. I mentioned that, you know, yeah, I am monetized, but I'm not retiring off of it. Like, I'm sure he still does real estate. I'm not sure that she still does real estate anymore. Her videos are like low-key, like little news segments, broadcasts. The amount of research and production and stuff that she puts into her videos, her engagement is crazy. Her comments are crazy, and that's why her monetization, I know her monetization is higher. I even know of an agent that does not do real estate anymore, like doesn't take on clients, or if she does, she takes them on so selectively, or she refers them out, because that's her goal and what she went for. So you can make this look how you want it to look. And just FYI, I either was reading a book or listening to a podcast, and they said she started with her coach told her, you know, you've been making these videos. She's been bouncing around on topics. And the coach told her, well, hey, you had this video on mobile homes that did really well. You should stick to that topic, mobile homes. She started off really finding her rhythm, just focusing on mobile homes, and then has grown from there. So just wanted to show you some different options, and everything can look different. Planning for success. I'm just going to give you, let me just make sure I didn't skip anything. All right, just kind of high level. If you say, and you're going to want to commit, if you're going to commit and you're really going to do this, I'm going to say commit to the task and really doing this thing and giving it time before you say, well, no, it's too much, or it doesn't work, or whatever the case is.
No, God!
So I would say identify why do you even want to do video marketing? Is it because you are tired of not, you know, being able to make ends meet? Are you trying to meet or exceed 6 figures? Is it that you're trying to tap into a different niche? Like, just identify your why so that when it gets tough, you can connect back with it and stay the course, because it is about consistency, and it's going to help you, you know, commit to the process. So just identifying your why. The next one, what is your objective, your goal? So is it for you to get monetized on YouTube and you want to start getting some income in? Is it that you just want to get your brand out there? You want more people to know about you. You want to get leads, which I really need to put that first, because I think that should be your main objective. And then just educate consumers and potential clients. Like, you really have a heart. You want to see a community do better in a certain area. So maybe you say, I want to educate people on the aspect of credit so that they can be in a position to do better with home ownership or be able to buy a home. So you can make this look however you want to make it look. And if you have a business outside of real estate, apply this to however you can use it to help you, because you can find it all on YouTube and using video. The next one up, I would say think about is what clients do you want to attract? And these are just some options. First-time home buyers, you want to focus on sellers, you want to do active adults, you want to focus on investors, or is it a particular price point? You want to get into luxury, or you want to just be a neighborhood expert and you want to say, I want to be the area go-to for Swanee, just throwing out an idea, but just thinking about who do you want to attract. And I also tell you, like, AI is doing more and more. On one hand, I'm like, man, this is scary. It reminds me of iRobots, and I feel like down the line it's going to come back to bite us. But this is where we're at. So on the other hand, I'm seeing like AI is very helpful. So you can use AI to help you with some of this stuff. And you can put in like, I'm a real estate agent. I want to increase, my number of sales by X and X. This is who I want to focus on. Give me, you can just use it, talk to it, and it will give you stuff like this, like that. What types of video do you want to create? That's another thing to consider. Do you want to do long form content? Are you like, I don't think I want to do long form. Let me start with short form. And I will say starting with short form will at least get you comfortable with making video. Or you're like, hey, I want to do both. So you just want to decide and kind of have a plan. And on the lines of planning, I don't know if I have this in here, like don't wait until like you're ready to post to say, let me figure out what video I'm going to record, edit, and post it. No, there has to be a plan to it. And that's what I cover in the extended version as well. And then as far as the type of content, you could say like, I'm going to do educational content. I just want to do property tours. I'm going to do market updates. I'm going to be an area expert and I'm going to take them around the town. Like you can make this look how you want it to look. I would recommend that you keep it simple to start with, because it can be overwhelming if you say, I'm going to post 4 videos a week and it's going to be on educational content, property tours, and market updates. That's a lot. So I would just say maybe make your goal 1 video a week, whether that's long form or short form, and know, okay, this is the type of content that I'm going to do, and I'm going to stick to this for a month. I would say start there. Siobhan, how much time do I have left? Okay. All right. So this is just, some other video ideas, and this is something that you can go to ChatGPT and you can put in like the same prompt I gave you before. You could say, give me some video ideas for like neighborhood guides. Create videos that introduce potential buyers to different neighborhoods, include information, local amenities, schools, such and such. So you could take one of those, put it in ChatGPT and ask them to like break it down for you or your area. So you can, don't feel like, okay, this is going to be so overwhelming. Like just how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time or something like that. Hopefully I didn't jack it up. So the other components that I cover in the extended version are getting started, actually setting up your channel, which these are things that you can look up and do on your own. But if you want guidance in it, you have questions about it, that's what we'll cover. That channel setup, actually creating the content, actually setting up your video, like having a layout for what you're going to say. You can do it on a whim, but I'm just trying to help you fast track a lot of the mistakes that I made and a lot of the things that I've learned. All right. The other one, in the creating, we also cover editing, like different editing platforms, whether you're editing it on your computer or you're editing on your phone. And then we will also cover posting, sharing, and engaging. So are you posting it yourself? Are you using a third-party scheduler to go ahead and post it for you? That you have different options there. And then I also touch on like different income streams that, you could have with YouTube and also outside of YouTube. So I did not put the image on here. However, if you go to my website, I'm just going to go to my website. So you are going to click on Learn with Nat, and you are going to scroll down. And this is also a good place. I'll just tell you here, if you want to do a one-on-one with me, you can schedule it here, or you can just go to calendly.com/sold by Nat. I have free resources and guides and any classes that I have coming up. You can click on there to find out about it. I have a YouTube channel as well as a podcast called The Ugly Side of Real Estate. And I'm sharing like just different tidbits, different tips, things that come up. So if you just get insight from that. And then here are this is where you'll go. So you'll go to events. These are past classes that I did, but it's going to be this one right here. It's going to be May 7th. It's going to be via Zoom, and it's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. The cost is only going to be $20. So we will go into the deep dive of what we started talking about today. And then yeah, I'm pretty much wrapping up here. So, my book is available on Amazon. I told you about the podcast. And then also when it comes to videos, if you're like, hey, I don't think I'm ready for that, but I just kind of want to learn or get a better idea, I would say just check out my YouTube channel, the one for agents. And like, for example, I have this video, like how I edit my videos. I actually am doing it on camera. So that's another resource for you. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to wrap up and then you guys can ask questions, whether it's what I talked about or anything, anything that you're experiencing or, have questions on. I would just ask, aside from saying thank you for having me today. Thank you to Siobhan. Thank you to Rhonda. Thank you guys so much for your time. If you could be so kind and leave me a review on Facebook under Nat Knows Real Estate. If you found this information at all helpful, or you can go to Google, leave me a little review because I am building my teaching side of real estate. So that would help me in that aspect. Or you can, just take a screenshot. If you took any screenshots and you tag me, I'd appreciate that too. And then let's connect on my socials, which they're right here. And I want to say that's it. That's another shout out to Meraki Studios. And then, I'm done. So ready for the Q&A. Anybody have questions?
Thank you, Natasha, for round of applause.
Thank you.
I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
I did have a question. You mentioned AI and the use of it, and what AI tools are you using to help with your video creating?
So as far as helping with video, the only thing that I'm using is ChatGPT, OpenAI. That's kind of the only way. No, I take it back. See, AI is being infused in so many different things. So as far as, writing out description, words, thumbnail, stuff like that, yes, ChatGPT. However, there's some editing platforms. So there's one editor that I use. It's called InShot. That's what I use on my phone to edit. And I love this feature. It's called AI Cut. And when I'm in there editing, you spend a lot of time with editing, removing mistakes, your ums, your pauses, you want to take all that out because people, our attention spans now are really quick.
Right.
So if you take too long to get to the point, they are on to the next video. So with AI Cut, you press this button and it removes all of it for you.
Okay.
So yes, so I love that. There is another one that I use. I changed editing softwares. I've used several, but I changed to this one for this feature. You could take your long form content and break it up into short form. Like we want to repurpose this thing. If we are going to create a piece of content, we want to repurpose it and use it every way we can. So if I'm doing a long form video, you could spend time breaking up into segments, but I use VEED and I can upload my long form video in there. It will cut it down for me. So there are other systems that you can use that will do that kind of thing for you. But I gave this one a chance because instead of paying for like 2 editors, a long form, and then one that chops up the video, this one had it in one. So I would just say, just do your research, do your trials. Of course, it does cost, but those are the type of AI features that I see these companies implementing into their softwares that's making it easier.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any questions?
I'm going to stop sharing.
Have you ever run into like some permits that you had to have while you were doing your content?
As far as I know, like if I try not to record in homes that are occupied because I believe, we need to have permission to actually do that. Outside of that, I'm finding whether it's new construction or if it's a vacant home, most agents are like, yeah, come on in. They're fine with you doing the video. I would say I had somebody ask this in the class, like, do you tell them that's what you're going to do? And I would say yes. Like if you're going to schedule and showing time, I wouldn't say that I have a buyer that I'm showing. I would go ahead and let them know I'm previewing the property. Because if they have cameras, ring cameras, and then they see you, oh, you showed up by yourself, I would just say, just go ahead and let them know it's going to be a preview. It's a rare instance. It has happened. Like there's one home that's being built. I want to say it's in Grayson, and it is maybe 900 and something, maybe close to $1 million. And I reached out, I tried to do a preview, and I told her up front, like, this is for video marketing. This is my channel. This is going to be on. And she came back and she was like, well, do you have a client? And I was like, I don't know if you missed my message, but it's going to be for preview. And then she declined it and said she wasn't able to be there. So I'm not sure if that seller is requiring her to be there with all the properties. So if you run into that one, just go to the next one. I would just say in that case, just do the agent a courtesy and leave them feedback. Because at least they could say, yeah, this agent came and they gave feedback to the seller. So, but I'm not finding, major hiccups. I'm gonna say both. So it's really my YouTube videos. I just pull out the audio and put it on podcasts. So yeah, repurposing. Yes, we're gonna repurpose this thing. So yes.
In your studio?
No, I kind of do it wherever. So you're thinking high quality podcast. No, I'm telling you, whatever video I posted, I'm taking the audio and I'm putting it in my podcast. Like, yeah, if you go to anywhere Spotify, anywhere you find a podcast, what you're going to hear is the audio from my videos. I'm sure it could be better. I'm sure I could add an official intro and all of that. Listen, I'm just trying to get it done.
So I just think sitting there have, what you have on, be comfortable enough to have the same conversation, but it'd be a little bit more intimate.
Okay.
And that might allow you to get more viewers that way.
Okay.
You still add to your still kind of do. That's all I got.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anyone else before y'all kick me out of y'all meeting?
Yeah, we're wrapping up soon, so.
Okay. All right. Well.
No, I just wanted to say thank you so much, Natasha, for taking time to put it in the chat. I don't know if I sent it.